Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Good Friday. How's it going? Long time no chit chat. How long has it been? I think since March 23rd, since my last chit chat video. I feel like I missed a week. I was thinking about doing a tarot card video today. We'll see how it goes. Yesterday, I told myself I need to make a chit chat video since I missed last week. It feels that way. And I'll make my tarot card video on Saturday. But I got out here and I was like, I might do my tarot card video today. I don't know why. So we'll see. Anyway, happy Friday. Long time no chit chat. How things been going? Anything new? I saw the Attorney General has been let go. Because her shortcomings, inadequacy to I'm gonna do anything about the Epstein files. I was trying to giving myself space to think of something to say, but nothing came forward. So she failed with the Epstein files. You gotta be careful being this sort of lane in Republicans' Pam Bondi, which is now going into the private sector. And still very much loyal to the Trump administration. That's what she said in her tweet. But gotta be very careful. You lose the MAGA base. Democrats don't like you already, right? You lose the MAGA base. I'm not really sure what else left there is for you. Anyway, so there's that. Did y'all see that test? Okay, I need to read the tweet again. But according to the San Antonio Zoo, they're still expanding and still doing infrastructure. The San Antonio Zoo. It's really funny because as far as tourism goes, and San Antonio is known for a low cost of living, and with that there's a lot of things one can argue with that. There's other things that go with it. We're a very chill city, not much social expectation as far as that's excluded. We might see there's been reportedly, allegedly, there's been a person who walks, a female who walks two dogs, and she goes through this back alley. I've seen her once. My mom has seen her once too. Completely new, never seen her before, but this past week apparently she has a new walking route with her two dogs. But anyway, aside from this formerly known as Nasty School Bus route, still can't drive that car. Aside from all that, San Antonio has kind of been known for a very kind of chill city. There's not much societal expectations. People come here and visit here to relax. And as far as like local celebrities, again, me excluded, or maybe one can argue me included. Like I said, I don't get much feedback. I think it's nice that I'm able to. My mom and I, we went to the grocery store. We went shopping at TJ Maxx. There are incidences, but as far as this being trauma informed, I would say that is definitely an ever pervasive and prevalent element to this situation. Not, again, I emphasize, not here on this NISD school bus route, but when I do go out. But anyway, I'm rambling on. This is going to be a rambling video. Just so you know, I don't really have much political to say. I haven't really been doing much research as maybe I should have, if you know. But like I said, but anyway, this a chit chat, not much politics heavy. But anyway, back to what I was saying about the San Antonio Zoo. It's been getting new entrants, which I'm kind of upset about. I mean, I like the gorilla and everything, and I guess it matches the gorilla theme. These are gorillas that are from other zoos, and then they got moved to their new home in the San Antonio Zoo. Congo Falls, the Ralston, which I'm opposed to. Event Center, it's just great. Event Center. So, Event Center, Convention Center, whatever you want to call it. Parks and Wildlife. But anyway, the San Antonio Zoo is a very, very fancy, is what I'm getting at. San Antonio, the city itself, is not known for that reputation, really. Quite the opposite. If you want to go about and be seen and all of that stuff, then maybe another city might be, maybe try Austin. Maybe try Dallas if you want to stick with Texas. Maybe go to New York City or Los Angeles or whatever. Maybe other cities. You want to be seen. So, if you want to be seen, in Tesla, I think. Tesla or Audi, one of the two. But great segue, because San Antonio Zoo is what I'm talking about. So the city itself is not known. I think if you stay downtown, maybe the Emma Hotel is maybe like the fanciest hotel that we have. I don't know. There used to be Hotel Havana, but I think it got closed down or something. I would consider it fancy, but take that for what you will. If you've been following me for a while, before January, she's on her way in the back alley. There's somebody else. You've been following me for a while. You kind of know my style. I call Hotel Havana kind of fancy. It's a no longer. But I wonder what they're gonna put there. That's what I was told. I haven't been downtown in a while, so I can't tell you from first-person perspective. But that's what my mom said. It got closed down or whatever. So. Anyway, so I just really think it's of note that San Antonio Zoo, as announced by the CEO tomorrow, is bringing the elephants back. How are they bringing the elephants back? Because their habitat, it got replaced with what they call the expanded savanna. They just cut down this building that was there since like the 1940s or whatever, and put the overnight lodge in that area. So first it was the elephant habitat, then it was the camel habitat, and then it was the overnight lodge, which I don't know how it's a 501c. It's educational. So anyway, I think a minimum 2 night stay. but I could be wrong. Check the website. .org, sazoo.org. Anyway, I was sad to see the elephants go at the time, but apparently they're bringing them back. I don't know if they're bringing back the same elephants or different elephants, but it's going to be a while because they're creating a new habitat for them. Apparently these are going to be swimming elephants. There's going to be a pool. And with that elephant habitat attached to it, it's going to be this underground tunnel. I don't know if it's specifically for Teslas or what. I don't know if Elon's funding it. Sorry, Tesla is funding it or what. But apparently, according to the tweet, there's like this 281 loop or Alamo loop or something like that. It's going to be underground and it's going to be attached to the pool that's going to be built at some point in time at the San Antonio Zoo for elephants who were at the zoo, then they left, and now there's going to be planning a habitat to include a pool. I don't know where. The zoo is attached to Breckenridge Park. Breckenridge Park is kind of a big area lengthwise. And it's also attached to, I think, the San Antonio River. I forget which river. So I don't know the lot line for the San Antonio Zoo. I don't know where they're going to put this elephant habitat with this pool, elephant pool, which is there's going to be glass. So like pretend this fit like this would be all glass, and this fence would be water. And so when you drive in this way, you look over here and it's going to be, the elephants choose to be swimming, they're going to be here. They did like a little AI image. We call it an AI image now. It's a little AI image of best case scenario. But I don't know, it turns out Elon's getting his little Tesla loop. I don't know what you know, but here in, I think it was in San Antonio or something, either San Antonio or Austin, Texas, there's been talk about this underground tunnels for Teslas. So apparently there's going to be a loop. I don't know if it's specifically for Teslas, if it's just for anybody, but if it's specifically for Teslas, I would imagine Tesla would be contributing financially to it. But and I guess appropriate charging stations on either end. But it's gonna go. It's gonna be a loop, and it's gonna be like go to the airport. There is a Tesla dealership right next to the airport. The zoo is kind of next to the airport, but not really, especially if you have like boots on the ground. I know that's a military term, but I like to use that because sometimes you don't get a feel for what things are and how things are unless you kind of are there and see it for yourself. But San Antonio Zoo is kind of separate from the airport area. San Antonio International Airport. I don't know, it's going to be some loop. And there's going to be a part of that Tesla loop or any loop, any car loop, I don't know. And a part of that is going to be this new, soon to be built elephant habitat to include a pool of swimming elephants. So you can go into this loop. I don't know if it's just like a roller coaster where you have to do the whole loop, or there are going to be several stops. I don't know. But apparently the San Antonio Zoo is a part of it, and to be built in the works, planning this elephant pool habitat. I don't know, I just get really mad because I see all this money being spent. I said the Ralston You could have expanded upon the reptile house. The reptiles, I love the San Antonio Zoo. I can't emphasize enough how much I love going to the San Antonio Zoo, as far as seeing the animals and all of that stuff. Of course, there's always other factors involved, but I just get upset seeing this kind of stuff. All this money being spent to say, the reptile, some of their, it's like this big, right? You see, you got this big. And it goes back, what, like 2 feet, maybe 3 feet. They have really cool snakes and stuff like that. I'm like, well, why can't they have a better habitat? You have to build a Ralston. There's so many convention places in San Antonio. The San Antonio Zoo is kind of downtown, and there's a lot of hotels downtown. There's a Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center downtown, which got paid for by the taxpayers, the city of San Antonio. I don't know why, if money is being donated to the San Antonio Zoo, why can't it go to help the habitats of the animals? I don't know how this 501c3 works, this tax-exempt nonprofit situation works. I go on Twitter and I see other zoos and I'm like, well, the San Antonio Zoo looks really fancy compared to them, to kind of bring it back full circle here. So Austin, I think they have like goats, and they're like, it's wood habitat. I think the San Antonio Zoo is really cool because it's kind of this quarry type situation. So there's not like there's fence barriers for like the people, but as far as for the animals, and keeping them contained, San Antonio Zoo is like a quarry type situation. So there's a natural land barriers that act as fences for the animals. And at night they put the animals in, and I don't know what that looks like. So at night, can't they have something, or some weather resistant type situation? It gets real hot, maybe I don't know, cooling centers or something. I don't know. I just, money's gonna be spent, so guests can enjoy a Tesla loop, in addition to a completely new habitat on the San Antonio Zoo grounds, on Brackenridge Park grounds. I don't know where they're gonna build it. In addition to, because the overnight lodge at the zoo has been so successful. I just think this is so stupid. If you want to have a convention and you want it to profit the San Antonio Zoo, there are plenty of hotels downtown that have spaces for that, who are already paying the utilities, who already have people, a staffing mechanism. And possibly things that are thought of because they are in fact a hotel or whatever it is, and not this tiny little Ralston thing. Learn as you go. Ralston staff, catering and all that. But anyway, so kind of upset about that. But I just thought it was a good segue because I know Pam Bondi and Elon Musk are fast friends. She's worried about his Tesla. So Pam Bondi, you may have been let go or gotten fired, or however you want to put it. But there is going to be like a Tesla loop at the San Antonio Zoo, Pam Bondi, a former attorney general. So. Fret not. Elon Musk will feel, and his Tesla company will feel at home to include the San Antonio Zoo. Anyway, that's my rant about the new announcement from the San Antonio Zoo. So let us not stop with gorillas. What's next? A casino? I'm just kidding, it was a joke. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee, 1 second. Okay, anyway, what else is y'all got going on? I'm wearing a San Antonio Zoo shirt. Just realized that. But like I said, I really love the San Antonio Zoo. I think uh, there's a lot of good that goes with it. It's just, these are the times right now. Pam Bundy. It's just how things are right now. So, so that looks like it's. We should see those financial reports. So, anyway. Pam Bondi is the Attorney General, and I think technically the Attorney General is a lawyer for the President, but the Department of Justice is kind of not just for the President, but on behalf of the United States. I think the Department of Justice, but everybody has been real upset with Pam Bondi, Attorney General. Apparently, the Attorney General appoints a lot of stuff too, according to the United States Code. Anyway, I haven't done anything further with Title 18 as far as Epstein Files is concerned. I was thinking about bringing that back up. I was doing the oil and gas, the Texas statutes, Texas Code, but I haven't read any farther on that. But you know what I did do? Um, who's picking out at me? But you know what I did do is I read this. I think it's national. So crime and criminology is something that I'm like. Again, another like interest and hobby of mine. So this uh, 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 it was a Boston College research funded and all that, and I think it is a national. I don't know. It's a .gov website, and if you saw the website, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's that one." But it's some government entity, national something something, and professors at Boston College. Go figure. I always think of the movie The Town when I think of Boston. Anyway, um, I recently read a little a journal. I forget what they call them. Peer review, journal review. I don't know if you call it a scholarly article or whatever. But anyway, about criminals, a trigger warning and all that. So now I think about it, I might put the website on the info box since it's really not in my memory right now. But anyway, the Boston College. I was wondering about. So I was looking up. I have a Department of Texas Public Safety, which is DPS, is the acronym for that. And then I have a website tab on my phone, and then I have the FBI website, and there's like just tons, a plethora of crime data and statistics. And so I was just, I guess, in my true crime mode this past week. And so the one thing that I did try to be a little bit well-rounded as an individual while I'm stuck here is a research on the true crime. And it was specifically this this strangulation. Like I said, trigger warning. I said, well, what is this with this strangulation? What's going on there? I just had an interest in an inkling to look that up. And so anyway, there's this article, and I guess now that I have to post it. It wasn't on dps.gov. I just wanted to know the amount of, I guess, how often strangulation is used, I guess, as a form of assault and homicide. And I was having a little bit of trouble with the GPS and the FBI.gov. So then that led me to this one website, which again I think you probably recognize it. I'm gonna post it in the info box. For the strangulation by Boston College, and there's a different way of kind of profiling these things, um, a different mechanism, I guess, and so anyway. It was a very informative article, very well written. Um, it tells in the article, it says uh, all the pros and cons, I guess the strengths and weaknesses of the study and research and stuff like that. And anyway, this is strangulate. There's as far as the strangulation is concerned, I think usually when you're in criminology and assessing the either the motivational factors and the environmental factors. I don't know. There's two things that they said to assess the mindset and uh, uh, who can be the suspects, or maybe preventative measures and training measures or whatever. So there's I guess a criminal, like a psychology book or whatever, but there's this new kind of thing. I don't know if it's a computer program or what. It's like small scale something, and it's very a dynamic. It's hard to describe now that I'm here telling y'all. But anyway, there's 4 different categories. This is a new kind of thing, and they're kind of, I hate to say promoting it, but they're kind of saying the use of this tool. It's like small scale something to evaluate criminals' minds and psychology and stuff like that. And specifically with the strangulation and also the victims' rights and stuff like that. But as far as they had this the statistics that they used was this some Florida database for strangulation, and there's like 4 types. There's excessive, intended, personal, and sexual strangulation. I think the most was as far as homicide, which is interesting because when you Google strangulation, everything that pops up is intimate partner violence, right? Domestic violence. But here in the strangulation, it seemed like this, of the 4 categories, excessive, intended, and personal, and sexual, I think the most was, if I remember correctly, intended and excessive. But anyway, so there's a small scale thing. It like groups all these kinds of things, like I guess means and mechanisms of how the strangulation occurred, strangulation and asphyxiation, and I don't know, it's just a very interesting article, and so that's what I read this week to be a well-rounded person and individual. So I don't just sink into the couch and do nothing. Even though that wouldn't be a problem, but still, I have been painting too. But anyway, it was an interesting and informative article about strangulation and who would do that and stuff like that. Um, so I guess I'll just post that in the info box. But yeah, I think the original, it was about the psychology of the perpetrators, and it's a kind of a different way of assessing that, is what they say in the article, and it's like the small scale something. So I just thought it was interesting. Guess go ahead and post it, and whoever wants to take a gander at that, by all means. 30 minutes. I'm taking another sip of coffee. It's April whatever, the beginning of April, and it's hot here in Texas again. I'm already sweating. 1 second. Okay. So yeah, what else is new? Looks like we still a war in Ukraine and still a war in Iran. Iran's puffing of the feathers seems a little bit more dramatic than Ukraine's puffing of the feathers. I think it's interesting. Again with this oil situation, I heard on the news that the Strait of Hormuz, which apparently is the reason why our gas prices are high, is a strategic place of concern. And that's what somebody learned in the Naval Academy or something like that. I don't know. I think it was the governor of New Jersey or whatever. Maybe it wasn't. Don't quote me on it. Anyway. So you got those two things going on. And yeah, if you're of the Christian faith, it's almost Easter Sunday weekend. That's what I was gonna. Oh, that's what's gonna make my tarot card video on Saturday. I would make it on Sunday because here I am a lot of the time, right? I think it might be. There's people who watch me and watch my videos are a fan of my content, what I like to put out, a fan of me. I don't know. Uh, uh, which of course I don't mind. I really think it's really cool. Um, I feel very lucky about that. Okay, I just want to say that. And sometimes I like to just do my, especially like tarot card, the readings or whatever. I like to do it like on the holidays. Some people they might be like they don't have anything planned. They gotta work. They gotta do this, or they don't have anything planned or whatever. And so that's why I kind of like to do it on the day, just to be kind of fun like that. Even though you might not watch it on the day or be busy or whatever. But my sister Kimi's gonna come over and we're gonna have a lunch. We're gonna have chili dogs. Kimi doesn't really like chili all that much, so she's just gonna have a hot dog and tater tots. And I'm gonna make cupcakes. And now that I think about it, I don't think we got the cupcake linings. I may end up just making a cake. But anyway, we got the Dolly Parton, the vanilla cake, and then we have the Dolly Parton icing. I wanted to get the strawberry cake mix, Dolly Parton strawberry cake mix, and the chocolate icing, and my mom was like, no. Fine, we'll go with vanilla and chocolate, it'll be fine. Wanted cupcakes, but like I said, I don't think we have cupcake lining. But anyway, I'm gonna be a little busy on the Sunday, so I'm just gonna probably just make my tarot card video tomorrow, the day before. So anyway, Anything else new in the world? No. Oh, I can't think of anything either. Well, anyway, I guess with that being said, I hope y'all had a good week. I hope y'all have a good weekend. All that. I'll just be here doing my thing. Can't wait to join a society. Oh, one last thing. I did. I went to the grocery store with my mom and my sister Tracy, which is unusual. Usually they just go. Now, because I can't drive the vehicle, sometimes I used to take Tracy, but like I said, I can't drive that car. I'm an unemployed, diagnosed schizophrenic, living with my mom, who has disallowed me access to driving her car because I got in a fender bender. Apparently, it got totaled. Anyway, I'm a little sour about it because one time it hailed here in San Antonio, Texas, and I had this Dodge, and it was like hail damaged a lot. And anyway, it didn't get totaled. Anyway, I got this new ring. It's it might be a quartz, but it's like a jade quartz. It looks like a jade quartz at the Breathe store. That's in the same shopping center as ETB. They're redoing their parking lot. We're in San Antonio. You might another redoing the parking lot. They redid the parking lot at the Rim in front of the Target. That took a long time. Something like that. But anyway, I got this a jade quartz or whatever, and then I got the purple amethyst. Because my other rings, they broke. I would be cleaning, and then I do like this, and then the ring breaks. I'm like, no. But one of the people, cashiers, the workers at the stores, they were like, oh, well, when that happens, it's not a bad sign. It just means that uh, 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 the crystal did what it needed to do, accomplished what it needed to accomplish, and that's why it happened. And it made me feel a lot better. So why do my rings keep breaking? So I have the opaque one, the one that enhances. It's like white and clear. It enhances the other crystal's energies. And then I got this the jade one. I call it jade because it's green. It looks jade. It's not real jade, but it's like jade. And then the purple amethyst ring. I'm very happy about. So yeah. So yeah, until then, until I can be out of here, I guess y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching. I can't wait to share myself and my significant other with y'all. But until then, here we are. Happy Friday. Happy Easter. All that.